What's going on, everybody? TVC-OHIO lead reporter Clark Wicks. I'm here with my man Paul Roth. Now, Paul and I are going to Wellston this week, to see Athens face the Golden Rockets. Now, Athens is 6-1. They had one loss early in the season, 3-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, Wellston suffered their first conference loss last week against the Nelsonville York Buckeyes, 34-2 loss for them. Now, what is Wellston going to have to do, Paul, to bounce back from a loss like that?
Well, obviously, losing 34-2 is not fun for anybody, and there's not much you can pick from that game. So I'm saying for Wellston, they got to get their offense going. I mean, 2 points, that's nothing. That came off of a safety. What they need to do is get their offense chugging, put some more points on the board. That'll obviously keep them in the game. They need to be able to show that they can hang with the big dogs of the conference. Obviously, they're not having the best season, not one they wanted with a 4-3 record, but they need to prove that they can at least hang in there with the toughest competition that the TVC-OHIO has.
And if anybody can score, it's Travis J. John, their running back, all TVC player last year. Now, on the other hand, Athens had a very close win against Meigs last week. 19-18 was the final score. What are they going to have to do to prevent such a close game like that this week?
Well, basically, coming out of last week, Coach Adams said they have to clean the slate. You know, they can't hang their heads on that kind of game. They just need to wipe it from their memory. He had a lot of players do some soul searching. He talked to the guys, had certain players he pulled aside from the group. Basically, he said it's a critical point in the season. They need to be able to hit their stride and pull it all together right now, because as the season winds down and playoffs come near, they need to be completely together.
Oh yeah. Now, what are they going to have to do in this game against Wellston if they want to keep that 6-1 record, keep that one loss?
Well, they need to limit their self-inflicting wounds. Last week, Coach brought up how they had so many penalties where third down, they were only converting at a 30% clip. And many of those chances came because they had so many third and long chances because of self-inflicting wounds, whether it was offensive penalties through holding, offsides, whatever. Basically, they need to crack down on those. Another thing he pointed out was Trace Albin is back this week. He called him a spark plug for their offense. If they can get him going, getting a couple catches early, I think they can fly to a victory.
They might have to. Nelsonville York is still undefeated. They are one loss behind Nelsonville York. They got to keep winning if they want to keep that TVC-OHIO crown. Now, there's only one way to find out who wins that game. You got to go to Wellston, meet up with Paul and I. We're going to be there. Now, if that's too far of a drive and it's cold outside, you don't want to go, tune in 11:30 Friday night here at WOUB. You can catch all the games, all the recaps, everything you could possibly need. Now, if that isn't enough for you, follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can like us on Facebook, you can add us on Snapchat, follow us on Twitter, all at Gridiron Glory to keep up with all the action. For Paul Roth, I'm Clark Wicks. Have a nice night.